Колеги, продовжуємо робочий день. Тема наступного прес-брифінгу – презентація соціального проекту «По війні». До слова запрошується сценарист творчої групи.
I would like to invite the group which will be talking about presentation of the after-war social project, and I would like to invite several people who are involved into creation of that project. Good afternoon. Thank you to all those who are here. I would like to say that here we also have the members of our team, Mikhail Savulchik, Oleg Chorny, Andriy Karataevsky, Ksenia Yushkova, and Ivan Kovalsky. Thank you for participation in our work. I hope that our future cooperation will be even more fruitful. Today we will demonstrate to you the first time the videos which were made by Mashkino creative group, Maria Starozhytska. She will talk in detail about her work, about her group, about her team. These videos were made to create a certain information flow that would help our society, to understand what's happening, not just in our heads, in the heads of all the participants of warfare, because that war is in the heads, in the hearts, and it will be there for long, and we will have to learn how to live with that so that it's effective for our country, our families, and our life. Now I would like to give the floor to Maria Starozhytska, the organizer of the whole creative process. What can I say? This is the initiative which we all had simultaneously, because people come from war. They are among us, and what's happening with them, the way we perceive them and the way they perceive themselves after war, that is something that we need to draw attention to, the attention of everyone, of the state, of the families, of us. And that is why we had this idea to make the series of videos about what's happening with all the warriors who come back from war. These are the so-called flashbacks, the dreams where the war comes back. Many of them believe that alcohol helps, and unfortunately there are many the events that make them drink, because every day there are people killed, and also all these events come back to them in dreams and night dreams, and it's very difficult, and especially when it comes to alcohol abuse. The situation is very serious, because not many of them will go to psychologists. Also, the relatives do not understand that many of the men now have these comrades in arms who are dearer to them now than the families, and also they are from a different world. They meet in the streets the people of their age who entertain themselves, and that's a big dissonance, and that influences them. And we tried to put it all together, show it in the videos which were approved by the Association of Psychologists. All our team was working free of charge, and we made 2 first videos, and now we'll be trying to make 1 more. Olena will explain how we are planning to raise some money. But that is the work that is needed. We need to continue it. You will see the videos, the boards that were made by our team, and also the servicemen join us. They were making the boards, for example, and this is one big joint process. And all those who are invited to join our team, they always agreed to work free of charge, which means that everyone understands how important it is. I would like to thank you all. Now I suggest let's watch the videos, and then maybe we will continue. You will see our main character on the screen, and then Alex will tell us what he thinks about his participation in that.
Щоночі обстріл.
Every night there's shelling. My comrade in arms is killed.
Ти ще довго повертатимеш.
You will be coming back to your battle for long. Learn how to live with that. Don't be afraid of such night dreams. Tell about them to your relatives. Finish the war within yourself.
До слова.
Now I would like to invite Katerina Fastovets, who is a psychologist, and she will provide comments on what you have seen. Good afternoon, I'm Fastovets Katerina. I'm a psychologist from a volunteer organization, Psychological Crisis Service. For a year I've been working with military in the zone of the warfare, and during the preparation period. Now talking about return to socium, the servicemen, they have question about how they will come back, and preparation to that life is very important for them. But there are many servicemen who return back to peaceful life, and they are faced with the difficulties which it is very hard for them to cope with. From their relatives, they feel some misunderstanding, or they do not feel enough support. I am for addressing this problem, and I believe that by these social videos we have made the first step. We draw attention to that problem, and then we'll be working on how to help, how to address the problems which the warriors face after they come back from the war. That is very important what we are doing, because very often the warriors, the servicemen, they do not share what's happening with them. And if the socium is ready for that, if the servicemen hear that they are not alone with these problems, this will be another step towards coping with these problems. There is a solution to that. Alexander.
Good afternoon. The main message of these documentaries, it's integration of ATO participants into the society, coming back, and together we will fight with volunteers, and also we will win in this with this disease of our brothers. Thank you very much. Those who died, they don't want to see their brothers as those who are drunkards and live as a sober. There is something to do after the war. As to important moments that are happening in the war, they lose their friends, and their friends or brothers die. And for long, there is a process of nervousness because of that, and that pain in the soul that the soldiers are facing. They're trying to drown it in alcohol, and that brings to some. They get stuck, and it's very difficult for them to get out of the circle of pain inside. That's why there is a chance to solve that, to find a different solution, to live through the pain together with those people who can accept that, who can understand that, who can share that pain, and it's very important. There were several pictures there. Please show them on our monitors. That can be as a background. We will continue our discussion. I see that there are a lot of psychologists here. I'm grateful that you came. These are our colleagues in the Committee of Social Adaptation and Psychological Rehabilitation Association of Volunteers. These documentaries will become a ground for discussion, and we will discuss what messages are necessary for our society, messages and thoughts we need to discuss in our society for us to receive our heroes with dignity. Maria, here's the question. I wanted to involve people from the audience. The question is simple. What are the main messages we should deliver for us to decide on the future clips? The topic of perception of those who participate in the war and how they perceive those who don't participate in the war. There's two worlds clashes, and the next issue is that they feel themselves that they are forgotten by the authorities. They are not happy with what is happening. They don't receive any real assistance and with their job.
And, they gave up their health, they have up their strength, and someone has been rewarded for this, not them. These moments, maybe psychologists will tell you about other painful issues, or they will tell us which video should be the next and how they should help again and again, and maybe there are other means that we haven't touched upon. Thank you, and now we go to questions. Any questions? No questions. I have a question. You said that all the clips that you've shown were paid for by yourself, but Maria said that you will try to involve money from somewhere. Have you contacted anyone, and what are the plans? We are open for cooperation and for communication. We are looking for money everywhere. We're conducting negotiations, but so far this is our own money. There's Facebook, there's a page of our project after the war. We will be grateful if you contact potential sponsors and convey this idea. Katerina, there are peculiarities when a fighter comes back from the front line, when they join their families. They've been waiting for this meeting for a lot of time, but this led to heightened aggression and during the combat action, and sometimes they transfer this aggressiveness and aggression to on their families. So maybe one of our next videos will be about a social issue, about the family not being an enemy, because by inertia they see enemies even in their near and dear, and this leads to a really difficult problem of violence in the family when women or children become victims of violence, when this is an after effect of war, not the choice of a person who came back. Thank you. I'll also be very grateful if anyone present will tell us about what they've seen and how they perceive it. Larissa Starozhytska, I'm a social pedagogue by education, and I understand that this topic is very important for us. And thank you very much for the work that you've done. I think that this my question is whether other participants in combat action have seen these videos, or is this just the beginning? This is the first showing of them. And I think that for our work, this will be a very useful material that we will use in our support groups, in all the adaptation work, the material when people start to talk, because sometimes it's very hard to start to talk when people gather, and those videos can give an impetus to discussion. Where do you plan to show those videos? As far as I understand, they are both for the fighters and for the public who do not always adequately perceive the fighters who come back from war. So it is desirable that as many people see them as possible. So where do you plan to show them? Social networks, television, internet? Do you talk to anyone about this? Thank you. At the moment, we will publish them in social networks. The videos will be taken by psychologists of mobile groups at the level of mobilization. And we also talk to TV channels, and Maria will tell you more. Well, the videos have been just produced, but the quality does fit television because we worked with professionals, so they will be offered to TV channels and probably some smaller movie theaters. And this is still open. We have to finish the series and continue it because there's a lot of problems, and there's a lot of people who want to join in because they feel that this is urgent and this is needed. Again, I am very grateful to Andrei Karataevsky and Oleg Chorny and everybody who worked with us, and Ivan Kovalsky, who is our voice, so everyone who took part, and we really made it quickly, and we will work further. And can we watch the videos again to round off our briefing? Every night, shelling. The brothers in arms are there, and I'm alive. The video shows a man who dreamt of frontline shelling, and then he fell off his bed, and now he looks he goes to the balcony and sees peaceful life and kids on the playground. You will be coming back for a long time. Learn to live with it. Don't be afraid of such dreams. Tell your family about them. Finish the war within yourself. And another video. A portrait of a fallen soldier, and some fighters are drinking vodka. The fallen do not want to see their brothers in arms as drunkards. The spirits do not quench the pain, live after the war. Thank you. Any questions after this or comments?
Thank you, colleagues. The videos are really needed for this society, and we are looking forward to seeing you again here in the future. And I would like again to thank our team. Thank you.